Hi, I'm Rachna. I am actively serving in the United States Navy for 7 years now. I am also a student at the University of Maryland pursuing a degree in Bachelor's of Business of Administration.
Hi, my name is Jose. I'm also in the United States Navy and I am pursuing a bachelor's in computer networks operations.
Hey guys, so I'm Christina Aiden. I'm pursuing a major in computer science. So today I'd like to talk to you guys about the situation going on in Ukraine and what we can do to help. Now, you may not think that anything going on in Ukraine has anything to do with us, but as Americans, we have long supported all democracies around the world. And the Ukraine actually became their own country a few years back in a very recent time. In 1991, the Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union fell, they left and they decided to become their own country. And the United States recognized them. We established an embassy there and we have continued to give them aid. Since that time, the Ukraine has become one of the largest nuclear arsenals in the world. They are one of the largest countries in Europe and they have supported democracies just like us. Their constant struggles with Russia have become a highlight in recent news. And these struggles aren't just current. They affect oil and gas prices, and all of Europe in their struggles since World War II. Every country in Europe has felt the struggles of World War II. With other dominating countries, with larger economies, weapons of war, and the constant struggle for who gets to have constant borders. Russia would like to invade the Ukraine for more than one reason. One, they want to be part of their country again. When they left the Soviet Union, they left Russians. That was not okay for everybody. Two, the Ukraine allows access to the Baltic Sea, and the Russians would love to have their own navy close to Europe. But what would happen if Russia actually succeeded at taking the Ukraine? Why should we care? Well, first of all, with all those weapons of war that the Ukraine has created and developed, we do not need Russia to have more in their hands, especially closer to the Europeans, the African continent, the Middle East. Who knows what could happen if they took any other country closer to Europe? And that hurts Europeans to their heart, because they saw many countries fall to the Germans. And we, in other countries, are war in the Pacific. You guys in the Navy, you know Japan took over many countries in the Pacific, hurting many families. Militarism isn't a small problem, it's the world's problem. Invading a country just to have their resources and grow your military, to have better access to hurt other countries around you, is a problem for every country. If you let one country fall, you leave access to several more. Now, what can we do to help them? If we help and we give the Ukrainians aid, we expose ourselves to a Cold War, a nuclear war. Not to mention, there are other powers that support Russia. China is one of those who would like to invade Taiwan, because Taiwan used to be part of China. But if another country said they wanted to take over the United States, like England, because we once belonged to them, we can't go back in history. We are our own countries now. So, the Ukrainians need aid right now. What are the possible ways that we could support them? Other than sending our military there, boots on the ground, you guys, my friends, our brothers and our sisters, that's not our first option. As Americans and countries, we look out for ourselves first. But our job has been to support democracy. So how can we let our younger brother fall and do nothing? Until we're actively engaged in this war, many countries have chosen to stay silent. We're offering bullets, but nobody to shoot them. We're offering medical supplies, but only people that can go of their free will can help administer aid. We're helping evacuation plans, yet doing nothing to help the people physically evacuate. There are some resources that the news have helped us find. On ABC News, they have channeled that on apps such as Airbnb, people are renting out spaces but not going to find them and rent them out physically. This puts immediate dollars in Ukrainians' hands. Another way that you can help is you can send medical supplies to doctors and nurses across borders. You can go to your local food bank and find ways that churches are finding different resources to get food to Poland and all the other countries surrounding them. You can email your congressperson or your representative or even your higher leader and let them know that you support any way to help the Ukrainians, even if it's at our expense. Because at the end of the day, when a country invades another country with no other reason, unprovoked, it's the world's problem. We have read the history books many times. Do we risk doing nothing now at greater risk of possibly another country falling in a few months? Then we do expose ourselves to a worldwide war. So, do you guys have any questions on ways that you guys could help the Ukrainians?
I think that was an amazing speech, and it really touched me. It really moved me, just being in the military myself, and yeah, it's the world's problem. This current situation right now. What you've provided, besides going in to the country with like
And
help, like with
active
aid.
military.
Yeah, I think that was great. Those were great examples of help, of aid.
But the sanctions that are going against Russia right now that we see, one of the new broadcasts, like Stars and Stripes, it's in your local express shop, you could pick up the paper. If they cut off the supply of buying Russian oil, we're gonna see gas prices jump very high.
Which we've already been seeing.
Right. So are you prepared as an American to support that move to prevent war? Or even it could start a war. It could trigger the Russian response. But that's the first step that we could take to support Ukraine. It would hurt our wallets, but we know it'd be the right choice.
I don't think we are prepared for the sanction. It's definitely hurting our wallet. Everyone is very surprised every time they pump gas. I'm even surprised with my little car how much gas has been increasing.
Right?
And that's just gas, so with everything else increasing, I don't think we're prepared for that.
If you look back in the history books in the Navy, there are many other things that could happen other than a gas shortage or inflation. We could go back to World War II ration coupons in the grocery store. Our children could have to be wearing gas masks at school. Actively making nuclear bunkers to protect ourselves. It's the small things that we should do now that prevent the larger issues later down the road. But I appreciate your guys' time, and I hope this was helpful.